For those who are not in the Hollywood world, what is wrong with her taking over the film?
I've never seen it before in my 30-plus year career in Hollywood. And an executive producer is below a producer in the film world. An executive producer signed up to be an executive producer, and that's it.
Did Blake Lively really flee Hollywood? Or is this just another meticulously crafted act in the ongoing celebrity drama? For years, she embodied the perfect Hollywood narrative, a radiant presence gracing red carpets, an actress celebrated for her sharp comedic timing and seemingly untouched by the scandals that plague so many of her peers. But that carefully constructed image began to crack, splinter, and ultimately shatter practically overnight when whispers of increasingly diva-like behavior on the set of a new, highly anticipated film began to surface. What followed was a bewildering whirlwind of accusations, denials, and public finger-pointing, a spectacle that very few people, even those deeply entrenched within the Hollywood machine, could have ever truly anticipated.
The times where people ignore the red flags and say, let's just keep pushing, those are the times where you fail. The majority of things that we're buying are created by men. You always learn more from your failures than you do your successes. I love creating, and I think that as women, you're not often given authorship, yet women represent 85% of people making purchases in homes across all categories.
The initial reports, shrouded in the usual vague language of unnamed sources and inside scoops, painted Blake as demanding, difficult, and even, in some particularly scathing accounts, aloof. This was a stark, almost unrecognizable contrast to the warm, approachable, and undeniably affable public persona she had so painstakingly and strategically cultivated over years of red carpet appearances, talk show interviews, and carefully curated social media posts. Tabloids, sensing the scent of blood in the water, ran wild with sensationalized stories of on-set clashes, creative disagreements escalating into full-blown arguments, and a growing sense of tension that permeated every corner of the production. Fans, once fiercely loyal and quick to defend her against even the slightest criticism, found themselves increasingly torn between disbelief and gnawing concern. Was this a calculated takedown orchestrated by jealous rivals or disgruntled studio executives? Or was there perhaps a kernel of uncomfortable truth buried beneath the layers of gossip and speculation? Then came the meticulously planned counterattack, a bold and unexpected move that sent shockwaves throughout the industry. Justin Baldoni, the film's director, and seemingly pushed to his breaking point by the relentless stream of negative press, made the audacious decision to drop what he publicly referred to as the receipts, a veritable treasure trove of unredacted text message exchanges between him and Blake spanning the entire course of the production, from its initial conception to the increasingly fraught final weeks of shooting. What these text messages revealed was far more nuanced, far more complex, and far more ambiguous than the simplistic narrative that had been dominating the headlines. Instead of the controlling, tyrannical figure that some had eagerly anticipated, Baldoni appeared to be a director actively and consistently seeking Blake's input, soliciting her opinions on everything from the minutiae of costume design to the broader strokes of set decoration, and even the most fundamental aspects of character development. The revelation shifted the narrative dramatically, leaving many to question whether Blake had intentionally misrepresented the situation, perhaps even orchestrating a smear campaign to gain creative control over the project.
It is important in times like these to have a distraction. And that's why I want to personally extend my gratitude to Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Thank you for providing us with that distraction. I'm grateful. I think we're all grateful. And I think we're good.
But the twists and turns of this unfolding drama were far from over. Adding fuel to the already raging fire was the utterly shocking and deeply unsettling resignation of Blake's high-powered attorney, a legal heavyweight known for their unwavering loyalty to their clients and their masterful ability to navigate even the most treacherous of PR crises. Lawyers of this caliber rarely, if ever, abandon ship in the midst of a high-profile scandal, especially accompanied by cryptic and carefully worded statements alluding to conflicting versions of events and irreconcilable differences. This abrupt departure sent a deafening message to the world. Something wasn't adding up. The carefully constructed facade was crumbling, and even Blake's formidable legal team wanted nothing to do with the potential fallout. The world held its breath, collectively wondering just what dark secrets were lurking backstage, hidden behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood's carefully curated image. But the biggest shock, the most unexpected and undeniably dramatic twist, was yet to come. In a move that stunned the industry and ignited a fresh wave of speculation, Blake Lively simply vanished, canceling all upcoming promotional events, quietly wiping her calendar clean of any and all professional commitments, and reportedly hopping aboard a private jet destined for an undisclosed location somewhere across the Atlantic. Was she fleeing the potential for devastating lawsuits, bracing herself for a long and protracted legal battle? Was she seeking refuge from the relentless glare of the media spotlight, desperate for a moment of respite from the constant scrutiny and public judgment? Or was this a far more calculated maneuver, a strategic retreat designed to allow her time to regroup, reassess, and ultimately reemerge with a carefully crafted counter-narrative designed to reclaim her tarnished reputation?
And an executive producer is below a producer in the film world. An executive producer signed up to be an executive producer, and that's it. As the time progressed in this film, she decided that she wanted to be a producer. She started to make edits. She wanted to be part of the editing team. There were people hired, like human beings actually hired to do the editing job, who had done work as editors. She wanted to be part of that team.
The internet, as it so often does, exploded with theories, rumors, and outright fabrications, each one more outlandish and improbable than the last. But one name, one persistent question continued to resurface, dominating the conversations and fueling the speculation: Ryan Reynolds. Those cryptic references embedded within the leaked text messages, "my circle," "dragons," and other coded phrases were quickly interpreted as veiled allusions to her superstar husband and his vast network of industry connections. Did Ryan, known for his quick wit, his masterful control of social media, and his unwavering dedication to his wife, use his comedic prowess and his undeniable influence to subtly shape the narrative in Blake's favor? Was he the unseen hand pulling the strings, orchestrating a covert PR campaign to protect his wife's image and salvage her career? Or was he merely an innocent bystander, caught in the crossfire of a scandal that threatened to engulf everyone in its path? The scandal has undeniably sent seismic shockwaves throughout the upper echelons of Hollywood, leaving a trail of uncertainty and anxiety in its wake. Studios, once eager to secure Blake and Ryan for their future projects, are now cautiously reevaluating their comfort levels, weighing the potential rewards against the increasingly apparent risks. Agents are scrambling to distance themselves from the fallout, and publicists are working overtime to manage the damage and control the narrative. And the public, once captivated by the couple's seemingly perfect image, is left to grapple with a profound sense of disillusionment, pondering whether the carefully constructed facade they had so readily embraced was nothing more than a cleverly crafted illusion, hiding dark secrets and manipulative tactics beneath its glossy veneer. From the lowliest production assistant to the highest-paid studio executive, everyone is left to pick up the pieces of this unfolding disaster, wondering what the future holds and who, if anyone, will emerge unscathed. The dust begins to settle, albeit tentatively and incompletely. The fundamental and profoundly unsettling unanswered questions continue to linger, haunting the industry and fueling the insatiable public appetite for gossip and speculation. Did Blake intentionally orchestrate a smear campaign against Justin Baldoni, twisting the narrative to suit her own agenda? What really transpired behind the closed doors of that tumultuous film set, hidden from the prying eyes of the media? And perhaps most importantly, what will Blake Lively do next? Will she attempt a grand re-entrance, staging a carefully orchestrated comeback designed to win back the hearts of her disillusioned fans? Or will she retreat from the spotlight altogether, content to live a quieter, more private life away from the relentless scrutiny of the public eye? In an age where digital receipts are forever etched into the annals of the internet, this real-life drama has served as a stark and cautionary reminder of the immense power of image, the inherent fragility of trust, and the impossibly high stakes of celebrity in the hyper-connected digital age. The film itself has now been overshadowed. Was this the end of her era?